Everything will change from April 1st. Income tax department's strict eyes now impossible to promise. Hello friends. In the deep darkness of the night, a man was sitting hunched over his laptop screen. There was restlessness in his eyes, drops of sweat were visible on his face. He quickly checked his bank account, then scrolled through his social media profiles. Suddenly, an email arrived. Get ready for inspection by the income tax department. His hands were shaking. The screen was getting blurry. Will whatever he hid be exposed? Will the government be able to reach every person who has evaded tax? And the biggest question, is anyone safe now? Today, we will discuss this topic in depth. But before that, if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you will be the first to get our new video updates. So let's start today's discussion without any delay. From April 1st, the monitoring of income tax department in India is going to be more strict than before. The government is now going to use the digital world to root out tax evasion. From social media, email, online transactions, bank accounts, and even digital investment accounts, everything will be monitored. If you have ever hidden any information related to your taxes, now you should be alert. In this year's budget, the government has given relief to honest taxpayers on the one hand, and on the other hand, has taken strict measures against those who are trying to evade taxes. Under the new rules, the tax exemption limit for salaried individuals has now increased to 12,75,000, including standard deduction. This means that a large number of people will now come under the ambit of tax relief. But along with this, the government has also ensured that strict action will be taken against those who resorted to tax evasion. Section 132 of the Income Tax Act, 1961, already empowered the authorities to investigate cases of suspected tax evasion. They can search property, search bank records, and if necessary, open someone's locker. But after April 1st, the scope of this surveillance will be even wider. Now the government is going to keep an eye on tax evaders using digital means. Now the question arises that how will the government do all this? In fact, tax authorities now have special powers through which they can investigate social media platforms, bank transactions, digital wallets, online trading accounts, and investment portfolios in depth. Meaning, if you have ever shared your banking details on social media or updated your investment information on online platforms, then the government can track it. Today, social media is no longer just a means of communication. It can also expose your financial activities. Many people share their wealth, investment, and income on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Now, Income Tax Department will analyze these posts. If someone's declared income doesn't match their online lifestyle, it could be a sign of tax evasion. For example, if a person repeatedly posts pictures of expensive foreign trips on social media, but his tax filing shows less income, then this may raise suspicions for the department. Apart from this, the government will now also monitor online trading and digital investment platforms. People investing in the stock market, cryptocurrencies, mutual funds, and digital assets will now have to give their income and profit details correctly. Many investors used to try to keep their digital assets out of the scope of tax, but now this will not be possible. Email monitoring is also part of this new arrangement. Now the government will have such systems which can scan emails related to suspicious transactions. If a person has transferred any large amount of money abroad or has adopted any strategy to avoid tax evasion, then he will be identified. This new step of the government has not only been taken to prevent tax evasion, but it is also for the protection of honest taxpayers. Many people pay taxes correctly, But some people try to take advantage by violating the rules. This step will help catch such cheaters and provide relief to those who pay their tax correctly. Now, the question arises whether this will cause any problem to the common man. The answer is, if you are fulfilling your tax obligations correctly, then you don't need to worry. This measure will be applied only to those people who are trying to evade tax. But still, every taxpayer should keep their financial documents properly so as to avoid any kind of trouble. Bank accounts, online payment gateways, digital transactions, and UPI payments will also be checked. If a person is regularly transferring large sums of money, but there is no mention of it in his tax filings, then this can become a cause of suspicion. Now, the secret routes for tax evaders are almost closed. The government says that the aim of this new strategy is to increase transparency and make all taxpayers equally responsible. People also have to keep in mind that no information can remain completely hidden in the digital age. Gone are the days when tax could be avoided by transacting in cash and keeping assets undeclared. The government now has such digital tools and data analysis techniques which can scrutinize every financial activity in depth. The Income Tax Department has made it clear that taxpayers will have to be more cautious in the coming time. Timely updating of all financial documents, filing returns correctly, and keeping sources of income clear is now more important than ever. However, the impact of this move will be visible in the next few months. This move by the government has brought relief to honest taxpayers, while it may become a big challenge for tax evaders. The biggest advantage of this will be that the economy of the country will be strengthened and the government revenue will increase. This will allow more investment in infrastructure, education, health, and other welfare schemes. Now, it will be interesting to see how effective this new arrangement proves to be. Will tax evasion be completely eradicated or will people find new ways? But one thing is certain. Now the Income Tax Department has become smarter and more active than before. And the way for tax evaders is going to be more difficult than before. If you have taken your tax return for granted, now is the time to be cautious. The coming fiscal year is going to test honesty and transparency. So, take the right steps at the right time. Because now, the government will be watching every activity that could create a possibility of tax evasion.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.